Hello, Troy.
Hello, Julia.
So I'm very happy to see you, and I hope we will have very interesting conversation today. And a lot of people very curious about model job, about fashion, about editorial job, how to be model, how to work with brands, how to be professional in this field. So a lot of questions to you. For the first, how you start?
How did I start modeling?
Yeah.
Well, I notice a lot of people are like comment on my appearance. You have good jawlines. I didn't even know what jawline was, but I had to explore that option a little bit more because I said if a lot of people telling me that I look like a certain type and I could be a model, it gives me the idea of exploring that side of me, which I did, and the interesting story and how I actually got scouted is I was working in the shop floor in retail in Harrods in Prada, and I'll never forget this man. He was my colleague, and I'm forever grateful. His name is Ignazio. I have to give him credit. He always looked at me and was like, "Bro, what are you doing here? You should get signed. Like, you should get signed." So one day I said, "Let me ask him." I never asked him. I said, "Can you help me?" He was like, "Of course I can." And I was like, "Why didn't you tell me then?" So it happens that his sister-in-law was a model manager in Body London. So he took the initiative to help me and send my picture in. And I got invited for one day just interview, and they took a few pictures. And then I didn't hear anything for a week. And at this point, I've applied to 20 different agencies, and I was just exhausted. And after 1 week, I got an email said that we want to sign you, and I was over the moon. So yeah, I'm actually quite lucky. I consider myself lucky to make something that I was passionate about a career for myself.
How old you was in this moment?
Well, that was 2022, but I didn't start modeling in 2022. I started in 2016. I started in Malta. I used to live in Malta for a year. And my first job in Malta was quite a nice campaign for Debenhams, and my picture was all over the bus stop, like the screens. I was in awe. I didn't even believe it. So it was, it has a good memory for me. The first time I started was in Malta. But when I came to the UK, competition was super, super high. Still is, by the way. So to get signed, it was quite of a challenge, and I consider myself very lucky.
What about rate in this job? Can you say how much you can earn in this field?
Okay, that's a very tough one because I can't really say that there's one rate that goes for everyone. But I would say minimum of 200 an hour or 100 from 100 to 200 an hour. But there's the catch. It all depends on the usage. So if you ask a model how much you're making, like what actually are you doing? What job are you doing? If you're doing a commercial, for example, you'll get paid by the usage. So you could have a 1 day shoot, but if it's a commercial and they're going to publish for 1 year usage or in the UK, for example, that's a big price. But if they're going to use it to France and Italy as well, each territory will have a different price. So you end up making, made maybe 3 grand a day before for a commercial. It's not necessarily the amount of hours you work, it's the usage, how they actually using this content. Yeah.
But can you say a secret?
Yes.
What was the
Secret.
biggest? What was the biggest rate per day in your experience?
My biggest rate per day, £3,000. Yeah, and that was most of the day was just waiting on set because if you're doing a commercial, there's a lot of long waits, but I don't actually mind. Like if I'm getting paid 3 grand a day, I don't mind. And then I worked maybe a couple of hours. So obviously you get paid per hour, whatever rate they're gonna put. Maybe it's like 300 for a couple of hours or something. But then when they publish, obviously you get paid for the usage. We call it the buyout. So it was quite a nice day, and I want more of those. It's very tough to get commercials. A lot of self-tapes you send, you get rejection. But I always say like rejection is just part of the process.
If you compare yourself when you started the job and now,
Yeah.
what big difference?
Oh, there's a lot of difference. When I first started, I lacked a lot of experience in terms of how I carry myself as a model on castings, for example. If I go to castings, how do I react in castings? What should I do in castings? These things I learned thanks to my model managers at the time, still with one of them at the moment, my other agency, James.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, when you walk into the set in the UK, it's not just about how you look. And this is when I learned it's not about how beautiful you are and how attractive you are. This is obviously part of it. But how are you carrying yourself, and what energy are you bringing? When you talk to clients, they want to know that why they should choose you to tell the story about their brand. So you got to have a little bit of personality, character, shake hands, look everyone in the eye, have a big smile, good energy. I used to walk on set or like to walk in castings, and I used to be, I don't know what to say. Do they need me to talk, or do I just need to look like super like posy like a model? But it's the actual opposite. I bring energy, I bring smiles. I research the client before I go to a job, which is very, very important. In general, you have to wear all black, I'll say, because the highlight is on you when you're wearing black. But is my trick is I tweak it depend on the client. So if the client is very urban, kind of street style, I have to adjust myself on the castings. I want to show them that I look the part before I even talk to them. So I did grow a lot, and thanks to my coaches, like modeling managers at the time, a little bit of independent research and also experience.
Can you tell me about your bad experience in your job? No, I know. I'm sure for 100% that you have experience was very complicated or bad shoot. Maybe it was not good people. Maybe something will happen. So tell me.
Well, I would say there's not a specific brand that like I've been lucky so far, but if I had a bad experience, it all goes down to bad communication. If I don't have, if people are not on time, if someone is not preparing themselves, like they're not prepared, like photographer's not prepared, if I'm not getting clear directions, if there's no communication, and I always say communication is very, very important. Some photographers, they would just assume that the model just there and he will know what they want without speaking. But my best shoots is when the actual photographer involve me, or whoever in charge on set at the time. They just get me involved as part of the project and not just a model that stands there. My worst experience when I didn't have enough communication, and let's just leave it at that.
Okay, okay, okay. So, and what about your best experience?
Our best experience always goes down to good communication as well. Like I can't say there's a preferred brand that I work with. I love working with everyone. My most favorite brand is when I walk on set and I get a clear vision of what's happening, because also that prepares me mentally on what's going on. Like, what poses do you want me to do? What is the vibe? What story are you trying to tell? All these things, if you are a good communicator, and if we have this sort of collaborative energy on set, it's just brilliant. It translates on when you see it in the camera as well, like in the pictures or videos. You can really see if someone is nervous, if someone don't know what they're doing. I'm sure for you as well as a photographer, you can really tell the energy straight away. The camera doesn't lie. So in general, I love when I'm involved, not just the subject there, like involve me into the shoot, and also because you gotta trust me as well. Like you gotta trust the model; they have experience. So just share your vision. Yeah.
Okay, I think you have a lot of messages in your Instagram because you have very popular Instagram and you have a lot of followers. So you have messages from photographers who only start career. So what photographer in the beginning should do to attract you? So to work with you in TFP conditions. So what they need to do?
You mean how do I decide if I actually accept or not?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very interesting one. It's very simple. I would say I don't care how many followers they have. I don't care how popular they are. What really, obviously, their work attracts me first. So the quality of the work, that's number one. This catch my attention. But what's most important, if you have a clear vision and you know what you're talking about, you're very organized, you are giving me clear directions in the message. This is what I want to do. Here's a mood board and here's the dates. Please let me know when you're available. So I know that this person I can trust with my time, because it's obviously not paid. So we have to have something that brings value to both of us. So yeah, you got to know what you're talking about, be organized, bring a vision, not like, oh, we want to shoot someday. Most likely it's never going to happen, because I've been in a situation when I trusted people. This is why I learned what I should look out for. And then I prepared my suitcase outfits, and then I walked around in the cold, and the photographer didn't know the shutter from the ISO. It was just quite stressful. But because of my friend's friend, I was just obliged to not say anything, so I didn't kick off. But it really hit me hard at that time, and I know now I need to ask questions like, where are we going with this? Do you have a mood board? Can I see your work? These things. So I would say it's two things. Technical part of it, great strong portfolio. The second part of it is human connection, human interaction, how you communicating with me. Again, and it just goes down into communication.
Okay, I'm analyzed because yesterday I have also podcast,
Okay.
and it was very interesting because we spoke about studios, about what will be in future. So the question for you also,
Yeah.
are you afraid AI that AI will do everything in future and you will never have a job anymore in the modeling field?
I'm afraid of AI. I'm honestly, my opinion, maybe people will disagree with me, but I really don't care much. I don't really afraid. I'm not afraid of AI because the human touch is always going to be unmatchable. The human energy that you bring, how can you match that? You can't match that. But what I would say is you can use AI for your benefit. For example, if I receive commercial self tapes, the directions most of the times are very vague. Like they're very specific and yet they're very vague. So most of the times I don't know what they really want. So instead of emailing back and forth, I started using this method where I take the instructions and all the details and I'll give it to AI and I'll tell him, how can I execute this perfectly? Can you tell me a little bit about what they actually want? And it really, really helped. So my self tapes were actually 10 times much better than before. I got a great feedback. Like some of them, obviously, I didn't book, but it's fine. Like it's a tough crowd out there. But overall, I think I was one of the 10%, and this is I always strive to be. How can I be in the top 10% that the costume director will look and remember them? Obviously, the quality of my work, and if I understand better what they want, I can actually sort of like portray the character much better. And I used like ChatGPT or Gemini for this just to help me understand. If I have an idea of a shoot and it's just a little bit messy, I will use AI to give them the information that I want and ask them to just refine it for me. But personally, I think the human touch is not going to be unmatchable. It's going to be unmatchable.
Okay, what do you think about models who are in the same time influencer?
Yeah.
Should models develop themselves in Instagram to develop own brand? Should they sign with contract or they can work like a freelance model?
Okay, from my experience, it's much better to have an agent. An agent always know how to market you expensive. When I used to be a freelance, it's a very very tough market out there. Unless you are very famous on Instagram and you can charge a lot of money, which some influencers are very fortunate and very lucky to have that. But I don't think it's possible for everyone. I think it's a bit tough. So in my experience, before I have an agent, people was approaching me just, do you wanna take some clothes for free and just shoot, no money, just free stuff. And then my agency like market me very expensive. So I was like, oh my God, I can actually make that much money just because the way they present me as a model, how professional they are. So it's much better if you have an agent. I know it's not easy. It's very hard at the moment. It's much better if you have an agent. It's much more professional, and also you forget about all the hard work that goes behind the scenes of like deciding how much money, the times. You just go do the job, and obviously you get paid. The agency will take their cut. Sometimes it's 20, sometimes 30. But in my experience, I'm happy to give 30% if you are marketing me with a good price. Also, if I have anything that happens on set, they take care of this. If there's someone unprofessional, I can talk to my agent. They will sort it out. I'm quite lucky that I have more than one agency. I have about five agency. I've got a mother agent as well. But also, I've got to give it to social media. 2026 things have changed from when I started. I started 2016. Social media now are very important in terms of anyone can reach a wider audience. It doesn't matter who you are. So if I were an aspiring model, I would really, really focus on creating content and having following, exposure. You can use social media to actually show your face out there, get people to know you, as much as you should also be looking to sign with an agency.
Because what I can see and what I can notice, you always post photos, you always post stories, you are super active. Because a lot of models, they only sign contract and they don't have a lot in Instagram, and sometimes they come in and ask, why I don't have job,
Yeah.
why blah 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 blah. Because you need not only to wait from agency, yes, activity, you need to promote yourself also.
Yeah, I believe that as well. Obviously, agency they have the hardest part of getting you good jobs, and you know they know how to market you very good. But from your side, it's very easy to go viral these days. Use it, use it wisely. Because when I started, Instagram was, I didn't know how to create content. And I wanted to create content for years, and I think last year I was lucky enough that my content went viral in Egypt and the Middle East. So I know somewhat on how to sort of like create content. I think was TikTok and Instagram, showing your face and talking about anything. It's good for algorithm. Actually, it's quite good. Pushes your videos when you show presence and talk. You could, if you're teaching people something, if you're making people laugh, all these things can put your face out there. So what I did in my experience, and maybe someone can actually benefit from that, is I created some reaction videos as content, and I used that to drive traffic to my modeling. This is how people knew about me, not because of my modeling, especially in the Middle East and like North
You mean you do
Africa.
advertise?
I do reaction videos. So I bring videos and I make like sort of like a comedy reaction videos. I have two Instagrams.
Yeah.
So I used to collaborate two posts together. So my second Instagram got nearly 100K in 1 year or less than 1 year. And I used that Instagram to drive traffic for people to see what I actually do, which is modeling. So it's an idea out there. You can use social media as a tool to actually show your face out there.
Who you are after 10 years?
Oh, 10 years.
10 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to be someone who has a positive impact on the world through my art and my the things that I do. I'm an aspiring actor. This is something that I'm exploring, very recent. And I have one of my best friends, his Khaled Noel. He actually helped me a lot. He saves me a lot of money from studying because he already studied, so we're trying to help each other. But he says that I'm really good, and it's something that I need to explore as well, because I had a few comments on people like you should do acting. I don't know why I should, but a lot of people say. So I was like, why not explore that as well? So I do imagine myself that I someone that has a part in society, that when people look at their stuff, they'll be like, oh, we can take a message from that, not just anything. I've got casted for Love Island twice. I've got casted for a lot of TV shows. I turn it down because it's not it's not me, and it's not what I want to be known for. I'm quite old school. Like we have an actor called Omar Sharif. He's one celebrated icons in Hollywood. He's Egyptian. He was like a star back in the days, but he passed away. But I always look up to him, and I think like the things that he did. He came from Egypt to Hollywood, and the things that he did is so inspiring. And it's that type of art that is just something good to watch, not something vulgar like what I see these days. And I don't want to get into that, but yeah, I imagine myself someone have a positive influence on the world, and then when I have enough money, I want to retire by the beach, away from everyone, just
Do you want
nature.
to come back to Egypt, your home country?
Well, you know what, Egypt, I love Egypt. It runs through my veins, it runs through my blood, Egypt. But maybe it's an option. But maybe also I can explore maybe Spain or something, somewhere on an island, away from everyone. I just like peace and quiet, which is, I'm really surprised with myself because I changed a lot. I used to like crave chaos and city and loud, but I think now I'm just craving peaceful. And I think for any creative person, you need that quiet space. You need a space when you can sit down by yourself and just decompress, and also go through your thoughts. And even for a photographer, how can you come up with a creative idea? I always wanted to ask people how you come up with ideas, because the way I come up with ideas is always when I'm by myself, alone, Maybe I can listen to my favorite music. I like piano. It's just something to,
So
bring
you
that.
need to have inspiration.
I need to have inspiration. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, how long do you live in London?
London. I moved to the UK 2017. So it's been
Why London?
London, okay. Multicultural. You can really get in touch with a lot of people. You can learn from everyone without traveling so much. So you have all the restaurants from different parts of the world. It's where the fashion is, it's where the acting is, it's where the creative people is. Somewhere like Camden Town, for example. I was there. I was applying for an acting scholarship, and then I walked around, and it just speaks art. People there, you can really see the way they dress, the cafes, and I was like, there'll be some nice place to actually live close by, not there because it's way busy. So you can learn a lot, and you can develop yourself a lot by just being in contact with different culture in London without even traveling anywhere. Yeah.
Okay, do you have a lot of model agency, yeah, with whom you're working?
Yeah.
So do you have projects like international project and then you travel in for work?
Yeah, I have obviously my agency. The first one I signed to was in London, UK, and then shout out to my mother agency. That was very good, and I was very lucky to get three contracts. I think in the span of 2 weeks. I've got Poland, South Africa. I've got Denmark, Germany, and Sweden as well. Sometimes I have shoots in Spain, sometimes I have shoots abroad, and it all goes down on just how lucky you are really, because you could be the most attractive person, but it doesn't go down. It's not about how attractive you are, if you know what I mean. It's always about how marketable you are. If you're a model, like if you ask me this question that what's a beautiful model, I always like to say it's not just how you look. A beautiful model in my eyes is someone that brings character, authenticity, and has something about them. You can see some beautiful models. If they're new, you can really tell that they're very stiff. They just rely on how they look. But the most striking pictures that really left me with a memory is just people on the street, normal people on the street, getting photographed when they're doing something, because it's you capture them in the moment. There's a little storytelling to be told there. I used to follow that street photographer. I used to walk around and film in slow motion, just people going about their business, doing stuff like someone will be sitting there thinking. And this is the thing that if you watch it, if many people watch the same thing, they'll interpret it very different. And I think that is so beautiful. So if you are a model, you need to be marketable, not just good looking. Good looking, of course, is good. You have to look after yourself, but it will catch my attention. What will really keep me staying, it's how you carry yourself. If you bring in character to the camera, if there's something about you, if you can tell a story, there is. If you can tell a story as a model.
Yeah, but you are a unique model
Oh,
because you
thank
can
you. I
speak.
didn't know
No,
that.
you can speak. You can not only pose and work in studio. Yeah, you
Thank you.
can speak and you are personality. Not a lot of people can do this. Yeah, and what do you think? Which subjects need to study future models to be success?
I was never confident. I was that shy kid in school. It was if you,
You were shy
I
in
was I was
school.
if you asked me to stand up in front of a big crowd, I'll cry. What I My life got me very confident because of the things that I've been through. So it all goes down to experience. I forgot how many jobs I did before. I've done jobs that sometimes I remember, oh yeah, I used to do that job back in the days. I'm working when I was 8 years old, so I've in the streets for a long time. Obviously in Egypt it's a different scene. So the jobs that I did really built the character that I am today. So I did this job where we did entertainment in five-star resorts. So when I started, I was very overwhelmed because you have to go and talk to everyone, and you have to entertain everyone, organize games, competitions, do comedy shows and stage. But surprisingly, I was top. I was very, very good at the job. I had a great, the TripAdvisor full of great reviews. And I was like, I didn't know that I have that side of me. So it's about getting out of your comfort zone and exploring and just have experiences, go traveling, try new food, just talk to new people, learn new language. All these things build character and sort of like brings you a lot of confidence. You can build confidence 100%. It's not, I don't think it's, some people have the gift, but I'm one of the people that I didn't have the gift. And I know based on experience, you can build confidence by just doing new things and having new experiences.
But if it will be school, what they need to learn?
Oh, that is a tough one. Where to start? So you mean if I need to teach someone how to be confident?
No, how to be success model.
Oh, how to be a success model.
Yeah.
Okay. There is always two parts of it, and it goes down to anything, really. The first part is technical, and then the second part is sort of like personal. Technical part of it, or like I would say, obviously, having a strong portfolio, don't wait until you're ready. Have a strong portfolio. Uh, be really simple at the start. You need good digitals, obviously portraits, both profiles, full body shot. Wear all black. This is like your CV when you apply to anything. This is me. This is how I look like. And then have a few styles, editorials. Maybe something like a little bit more fashion, a little bit more classic, a little bit more sports. It's all about who you are and what you can do. If you answer these two questions in pictures, you have a strong start. The second part of it is when you how do you behave as a professional model? Obviously, being on time is basic. You have to be on time. Research the brand before you go. Look at the Instagram, look at their post, look at what they're looking for. So when you come, you're prepared on, you have an idea on, what sort of brand it is. Be confident, speak to everyone. If you show your book, don't wait until they ask you a question. Point out things and talk about it in the book. Do you just want to know how you carry yourself and how you behave, if you're confident or not? They want to see how you move as well. So your pictures need to show how you interact with the camera and how you move. This is the two things that if you focus about, you can actually make it in the modeling industry. One more thing which is very important is how you handle rejection. You should rejection is part of it. I used to get rejected before I got signed up. Got rejected about 20 times. It's absolutely fine. When you get rejected, remember this, it's not about how you look, it's just about what they're looking for. So it's not necessarily mean that you don't look good. You could be amazing, but you just don't have the right agency. You haven't found that right agency that have the right client to work with you. So just be consistent, and when you get rejected, just lift your head up and just try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another question is about models and women and men. If I want to be model, but I'm not tall, if a lot of if, can I try myself in modeling job? I know that in UK exists model agency Ugly. Yes, I do know. I think about this agency, and what do you think about that?
Yeah, there is an agency. My one of my friends, she's signed to Ugly Models, and the whole concept behind it is, from what I've heard from her, is they bring people with very, very different, unique, like sort of like looks or different talents. So I think the agency changed a lot, which is good news for everyone who want to be a model. There's plus size models. There's a little bit, there's a lot more diversity when it comes to how model, like the traditional model look. I think that is out of trend now. I think there's a lot of plus size models, um, different colors, different ethnicity, different heights as well. Some models are very short. All goes down to what type of modeling you want to do, because there's a lot. There's
Do
hand
you
modeling.
think we have traditions in modeling now? I mean, about face?
I mean, you've got to have an interest in face, but there's a room for everyone, from my experience. I think commercial modeling is available for your next door neighbor, I always say, because it's more acting than it is modeling, and it actually pays the most money. So have um, if you have compliments from people on how you look, or there's something about you, explore it. Even if you're short, even if you're not very super tall, because I've worked with people that are over 60 years old, and they're actually getting booked way more now because they have silver hair.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and what I noticed also, one of the most expensive models is man,
Yeah.
who is after 45, I think between 45 and 60, who looks great. It's mostly German,
Yeah.
Spain, Italy. So they looks incredible, and
I know.
it's not easy to find this kind of model, but they rate from few thousand per day.
I know.
It's without agency,
Yeah.
and they don't reply if they don't like projects, and they like this, yeah.
Yeah. It's good news for those who are actually thinking about, oh, can I actually work as a model? For how many years can I work as a model? You can
Or
work
you
for a long
you
time
can
now.
work all your life.
Yeah.
You're a man.
Yeah, actually, they make more money when they have a little bit of silver hair going on and stuff like that. I think it's also very, I love the fact that it's a little bit, it's a way more diverse now than it is before. It gives an opportunity to everyone to explore themselves.
Okay, for example, I'm dreaming to be a model, but my family, my friends say to me, "No, what is this? It's not serious job." I'm sure that you have this experience in your life, and people who was around you said, "Oh, what is this? Maybe you will find something more."
Yeah. Well, I've always been the one that like if I have something in my mind, I'll just do it because I don't care really what other people think. Yes, it is really discouraging when the most people, the closest people to you, are really doubting you and tell, "Oh, what are you doing with your life? Get a real job." I've heard it so many times.
Real job.
Yeah, I'll get a real job. I'm
No,
like,
I have the same experience. I remember when my mama asked me, when you will finish this hobby, when you will go to office, because office, you finish a few universities, you
yeah,
have a few diplomas, you need to
yeah,
work in office,
yeah,
not to be with camera. What is this? Now, of course, after almost 20 years, they're okay,
exactly.
but I think you have the same.
Yes, so it takes time for them to see something because this is something that they never experienced. So you should never judge someone based on what you didn't have. Because just because you didn't do it doesn't mean that I can't do it. It's something new. Just let me explore it. But most of the people that actually doubted me at the start started to take me seriously very recent when they said, "Okay, now we can be proud that we know this person because his face is out there and he's actually serious about what he want to do." So I don't think everyone understands your dream. Your dream is yours, your own to actually follow up with and sort of work hard to achieve. And when you achieve your dream, you'll be surprised of how many people come around. They all come around in the end.
Yeah, and for example, conservative people who have a girls,
Yeah.
they like, oh, models, no, it's something dangerous. What do you think about this?
Well, okay. Well, this industry, you have to be careful with the industry. As a model, like don't be super passive and thinking like it's all butterflies and everyone's super nice. You've got to know how to stand your ground. If you're not comfortable with anything, just walk away. And I,
But I think it's about all jobs
yeah, but
in
of
general.
course, every job is
And
is
if you have agency, if you have agent, you don't need to be worried. They protect you and everything, yeah?
yeah, the agency will protect you, but it's your responsibility on set. Because I've been through something like they changed the brief right there on set, and you feel like what is going on? Like I didn't sign up for this. I can't say what it was, but it was something very uncomfortable for me. It's not me. It's not what I stand for.
Tell me about the shoot. What is this?
Well, it was an underwear brand.
Underwear. What they ask you to do?
Well, it was me and another guy in the shoot, and they just let's just say they changed the brief right there and then. It's something that is not in my in my brief from my agency. My agency didn't know about this, and it was very cheeky. And I can't say obviously what name it was, or I don't want to specifically say what happened. But they wanted to do something that is uncomfortable. I didn't feel comfortable, and my other model is a friend of mine. I don't think he understood because his English wasn't very good. He didn't understand what was happening. So I took him upstairs. We were just changing, and I told him, "This is what's happening." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Hey, I need to know what happening.
I don't think no, I can't say that on the podcast. But what I did is I walked downstairs, and I was about to start the shoot again, and I was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "By the way, if this is what you're doing, this is not my brief, and I'm just happily walking away from the shoot. And it was, I think it was 1K job, and it was only a couple of hours like work. So it's good money, but it's not just about money for me. Like I've walked away from big money
No, but
because
when you sign contract with agency, you have rules. For
yeah,
example, I know that few models, some models they can make a photo shoot in underwear.
yeah,
Some models no.
yeah. Some do nude shoots.
Yeah,
Some people
because
don't.
I have this experience when you're working with brand, and this brand is quite new. For example, they exist few years.
Yeah,
They don't know sometimes rules, and they ask model, "Can you remove your underwear,
yeah.
show your back?" And she's like, "No, no."
Okay.
And another model, "I can do." So it's like someone say no, someone yeah say yes, and brand, why we paying you money? You need to do this type of job, and yeah, I have seen this.
Okay, now, first of all, I don't agree with that. That's very unprofessional. In my world, I'm signed with an agency. I know how it works. If you're not comfortable with something, they will ask you first. If there's something like, oh, I have to stand in my underwear getting body painted, for example, with MAC Cosmetics, I work with them quite often. They always ask me, like, are you okay with do this? And they always, even though I do it all the time, so most of the time they check with me. You have to check with the model because there's a difference between confidence in front of camera and confidence outside. So outside you could be the most shy person, a completely normal person, but in front of camera you own it because it's your job. Because models are human beings as well. You have to be professional on how you speak to them, and if they're not comfortable taking the clothes off, you should stop there. Anything more than that, that'll be harassment. That'll be sexual harassment, in my opinion. And most young models, they will feel like, oh, if I take off more clothes, they will like me. They might not even remember you. So, you have to stand for something, and don't change your values for nobody. I don't change my values for nobody. And if I was lucky enough to have the courage to speak out on behalf of myself and other models on set as well. So you have to speak out. Don't think if you take more, like if I take off more clothes, I will make it. No, no. Yeah.
Okay, do you have experience when you work not with models from agency, but it's like models from Instagram?
Yeah, yeah,
And do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
this experience when, for example, casting director and they were surprised what kind of model was coming to the shoot?
Yes. I think like I've been in the industry for about 10 years. I can sense if someone experienced or someone not experienced. But if I work, like, I don't mind working with anyone. I think of my social skills is quite good. I think that's my strength. I can sort of like, I try to interact with whoever in front of me, whether they experience or not experience. But I did work with some people that were amazing, and it was just energy was flowing, and you can tell they are from an agency. You can tell they are doing this professionally. And I worked with people that they're not signed, they're just Instagram models, and you can see maybe a little bit nervous, maybe they don't know how to show
No,
emotions.
but you know what I had experience? It was a few months ago when
Yeah.
one brand they find model from Instagram, and this model use AI for this Instagram. So
Okay, that's new. I
everyone
never had that before. Okay.
no model was coming. I was looking like, okay, it's not my business. I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
I didn't because in some projects I help with models, and
Yeah.
in some projects no.
Okay.
So it was not my job in this time, and I was like, okay, maybe it was idea.
Yeah.
After maybe 1 hour after makeup artist used to work, they will come to me and say, we don't know what to do, have to say to this girl because she's not looks like we want.
Yeah.
Look her Instagram, and I said, did you see this is a famous application who create photo? It's like the same pictures everywhere have, and this girl use the same. So
Yeah.
they say to her, thank you, bye bye. And what do you think? She applied again, again, and again. But this brand, they lost money because they need to have another shoot. They start to look another girls' models, and they should pay for studio, for models, again
Yeah.
for makeup artists, again to bring all this clothes to space. Yeah, it's a lot of work. And I was in shock how you can be like this. It's not serious at all.
Okay, that's very new
Yeah,
to me.
and yes, and I was okay. You have this experience, you understand maybe you did something wrong, but you continue to apply again.
Yeah.
She even write to me again. I was like,
Okay. That's wasting everyone's time and money
I'm
as
in
well.
shock.
That's just not.
It's not responsible. It's
Yeah. There's another word for it, but I can't say here. But yeah.
yes, and these people were like, oh my goodness, and they were, well, we need to do second day. So it's, but it was a lot of stuff like 100 outfits,
Yeah, of course, because you
a
know,
lot of people around.
I have a solution for this. This is why I think this is why big commercials they'll always ask you to record a video, talking to the camera, introducing yourself, showing your hands and your
Yeah,
profile.
yeah, 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 yeah. But you know what? I know a few models who said, I don't want to do video and I don't want to work with a videographer. Do you know this?
Yeah, me, I've heard
For
about this.
example, I know that you have this kind of models in your agency. I know these models, and
Okay.
I was asking why you can't to do video, because for now all brands they need not only photos, they always doing the same
Oh
time
yeah.
video
Oh,
and video
definitely.
backstage
Yes.
also. Yeah,
Yes.
but sometimes I don't know why. Why? Do you know why?
I think nowadays everyone is going leaning towards storytelling. How can you tell a story? Mostly using Reels, TikTok, and Instagram. So all the brands, they're not just showing you what they're doing, they're telling you a story. They connect you emotionally, so you fall in love with the brand. So if you want to be marketable and if you want to make money, I think you need to know how to work with videographer as well and where the camera is and you have to explore it. Why not? Because it's if the market is leaning towards videos, I don't understand why wouldn't you explore it? Do you want to make money? Do you want to have fun with it? It's also I love videos. It's so much fun. How amazing is I know pictures
You love everything.
I mean
No, because you like to try something new, and
yeah,
you
yeah.
always, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, yes, I'm agree with
I'm
everything.
very interested to explore my potential, how far I can
Yeah,
go,
because for
basically.
example, a few days ago, I have one brand. They send me brief and they say, we want to do a shoot, but we want real people in the shoot, and they want that these real people will speak.
Yeah.
They want that it will be like interview. So
Okay.
it's something new, and they said we don't need only nice picture of
Yeah.
nice people. We want reality. I
Yes.
think it's another side of AI what we have now.
Yes.
And I think maybe we are worried now, all photographers, all people who working in our field, they worry, oh, AI, AI. But in general, in few years, I think people will be more expensive.
This. Thank you. This is exactly my view. I think the human touch is going to be so rare.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be very automated, and then that
Yes.
rare person who can actually can speak because people are getting super lazy now with AI. They want everything to be done for them. Even some students, I've seen some
Yes,
videos.
you know, can be billionaire and to have only AI. You know the story. When
No.
one guy start to be billionaire in a few months only to use AI, company for
No
exists
way.
only with one person.
Oh my God, that must be Gen Z. Gen Z, they're
No,
very,
AI you can use
very
for
smart.
business, for marketing, for accounting, for I think maybe for
Yeah,
some ideas to read a quick book, yes, something like
yeah,
this. But about people, about branding, about I think this is time now for developing own brand.
yeah. I think videos are the only way now that you can actually show real people, real personalities, bring real character, and show emotions and tell a story as a human being. So we don't lose to AI. So my advice is you should explore videos. Videos are so fun. I love videos. I create videos myself, and I love when a photographer, videographer is on set because it's just so cinematic and so
Okay,
nice.
I have last question to you. If
Yes.
no photo,
Yeah.
if no model job, if no
Yeah.
acting job,
Yeah.
forget about this.
Yeah.
What you will do?
I think the skills that I learned from modeling and doing a lot of castings and the past 10 years is transferable to anything else that I want to apply it to my life. But if I had to choose, I'll be behind the camera. If I'm not in front of the camera, I also have an interest behind the camera.
No, no photo. No this field. Different.
Different field.
Absolutely.
Um, I would probably start my own brand. I would probably start mentoring some people. I would use my experience that I learned to just help people, mentor people, and
No, it's very close to. No, 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 absolutely
something
different.
completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have the experience of the 10 years or I don't have the
No,
experience? Nothing.
nothing.
Okay, that's a tough one. Um, I honestly, okay, I never thought about that before. You caught me off guard there. Fitness.
Sport.
Yes, I work out and I've done a lot of things from dancing to martial arts and I explore a little bit and I leave and I do something else. But it all revolved around sports and being fit and healthy. I love being fit and healthy and looking after myself because health is just priceless.
Okay, and the
Thinking about it.
last one, only one, few words. What need to remember all people who want to be a model? Like, what you can suggest?
What I can
Few
suggest,
words, few words,
few words.
few main words.
Okay, I would say don't chase validation, build value.
Okay, it's nice.
That is nice. That is strong. That is deep. That is.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you
much, Julia,
very
for
much.
having
I
me.
wish you good luck with everything,
Thank
with
you. It's always
all your
nice
dreams.
to work with you. Thanks so much for having
Thank
me
you.
on the podcast. And thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate you all.
Yes, and say how people can find you and follow you in Instagram.
And Instagram. Well, my Instagram is Troy, Troy dot Elzahar, spelled Elzahar, and it's very simple. And I hope you guys took some good information away from the podcast, photographers and aspiring models as well.
Yeah, and we will tell you soon about new project. Yeah,
Yes,
we are bringing to the life new project in 1 month, I think. Yeah, it will be very
it would be
interesting.
very exciting, something
Yeah.
that you've never seen in the UK before. So yeah, give us a follow and stay tuned.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you.
See you. Thank you.